Last time I wanted to do a video like this, it came at great personal risk of my own brand. As you can see right here, the video from, what would that have been, Tuesday or something like that? So the 11th, yeah, so yesterday. Okay, yeah, it was just yesterday. So yes, it would have come out on Tuesday. I'm waffling at this point. But yeah, had it come out because that's when the story about my 40 babies, all of that started to come out. And then the kidnapped half German, half Israeli girl, she's dead. No, she's alive. No, you don't have any proof of that. It's hilarious how they're going to go ahead and throw those accusations out. And also something else that we're going to see as a common through line is, wow, people are really cheering on atrocities. And when there's proof, or at least some doubt that they actually occurred, people are more upset that they don't have anything to grandstand on, like, you know, corpses of human beings, than they are about finding out the truth of the situation. It's absurd, man. All of this disinformation that we're seeing right now, and that's why I've got to run this back, okay? Not this specific video. It's still up on Rumble, and I'm very proud of it, and I know it's doing considerable for, you know, the size of my Rumble channel. Pretty good views, so I do encourage you to go check this out. But yeah, the dog fucking that was going on over on YouTube, where it was struck. Okay, then it was appealed. And then 30 minutes later, then it got struck again at the exact same spot. If you want to find the offending part, if you're going over to Rumble, 8 minutes, 22 seconds, where I'm reading a transcript of an interview. It's hate speech. Yeah, get fucked. But then, yeah, and then it ended up getting, struck again at the same spot. And then I had the appeal rejected. It's absolutely absurd. And yeah, I went on a good little diatribe documenting everything going along. And if you want to figure out my thoughts and some of the more spicier takes that I have on some of the more egregious lies that are on this situation, please, over here on X, you know, I'm pretty active on there. You know, it's one of those things where I can just pop on throughout the day and just give my 2 cents and, I don't know, maybe try to add some levity to this absolutely destructive, disgusting situation, because I'm not out here trying to simp for either side. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there, okay? I'm against terrorism, regardless of who's perpetrating it, okay? I don't have any allegiances. I don't have a vested interest in this conflict. The only thing that I'm concerning myself about, or rather concerning myself with, is the truth. I just want to get to the bottom of this stuff, okay? Like, we kind of figured this out, okay? There's rockets flying through the air. There are people going into places, doing some unspeakable horrors, some of which that you can be very well apprised of on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then the other far more disturbing stuff, you can go check out certain people's telegrams. Trust me, I've done the research, and yeah, there's a lot of crime going on, and I'm not going to excuse it so that you can just say, oh, you're being pro-Palestine, you must be pro-Hamas. Absolutely not. Or, oh, you're just going to lick the Israeli boot, you're just going to go ahead and forgive all of the IDF's crimes. Absolutely not. Everybody's feet are being held to the fire because, like I said, I don't have any allegiances. I wouldn't consider myself in the same ranks of, oh boy, okay, Dr. Juden Peterstein. It's somebody who I have a great amount of respect for, okay? And he's going to be one of the case studies that we're going to look at when it comes to the Daily Wire crew completely and totally unraveling over this situation, okay? Like I said, I have a great amount of respect for Juden Peterstein. Fuck, there's a playlist on this YouTube channel, okay, if you're watching over on YouTube, but if you're more based and you're over on Rumble, I've done videos. I've done several videos on how important Juden Peterson's message is. But when it comes to the guy out there in the wild, wow, he certainly breaks down. Okay, you could already tell that his political takes were absolutely dog shit when he thought that Mike Pence would be a good candidate for president. It's like, the fuck are you doing, man? Just go with base level self-help improvement knowledge. Okay, I think it's important. It's very foundational stuff. When he starts to get to different levels, like how to raise a 304 daughter, I'd rather take advice from people who have successfully done it. Or if you want to take criticisms of guys that are actually, you know, giving good advice to other individuals, or rather empower men as opposed to your old tradcon boomer takes, yeah, well, might be hearing from them rebutting your current downfall right now, because this dude right here, holy fuck, he's only outstripped by his boss when it comes to insanity and just biting whole hog into the propaganda. But I didn't anticipate anything differently. Christ almighty. If you have been a follower of any of his social media accounts, you can see this unraveling coming years in the making, okay? He's been right about a lot of the stuff that he would go on to spurg on about when it comes to just dealing with people. And I can kind of sympathize him when it comes from this situation because, well, mostly I'm from the area where he grew up and, lived, where he had his childhood. It's just 45 minutes to the north, and we went to the same college, and not at the same time, obviously. Okay. So, yeah, I understand the whole disconnected from the wider world for a long period of time and being in northern Alberta where it's cold 6 months out of the year and dark 7 months out of the year, you're kind of naturally isolated. So when you get thrust into the public spotlight like Juden Peterstein did in, 2016 or something like that, it's a big shock. But like I said, that was 2016. That's been a long time, and you haven't cleaned up your act. You haven't made your online bed. You need to clean up after yourself. You need to take responsibility. You need to rescue your ego from the bottom of the whale. He's done everything except for that. And man, it's pretty fucking bad. Because like I said, and I've alluded to multiple times before, you can go ahead and just scroll through his social media feed in order to figure out where he's currently at right now, what he's stuck on. And well, it's all Palestine, Israel, all the time. And he's out here tweeting just a whole bunch of easily disprovable stuff, okay? Like, okay, with everything that's going on in Gaza, I can just go ahead and say that because I think that that's the evidence that's kind of out there. It's like, it's certainly getting bombed. It's a lot worse than that, but they're getting bombed, and there's a lot of dead people. A lot of dead people that are out there right now. But what's that side of the aisle? The super pro-Israel side of this conflict. What are they saying? Well, if the residents of, Gaza don't like the bombing that goes on there, why isn't another Muslim majority country wanting to take them in? First and foremost, okay, that's where they live, and you've got Israel bombing innocent people because they theoretically voted for their government. That's insane. I made this analogy before, but that would be like what Justin Trudeau did to the Freedom Convoy, the truckers, in early 2022. The United States decided to come up and start liberating, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. It's like, the fuck, that's not going to be effective at all. No, you voted for them. We absolutely didn't vote for them. And yeah, Hamas has been the government. They have been the party of Palestine since 2007 for a very long time. But that's not the people. If you want to go after the terrorists, go after the fucking terrorists. Taking down civilian buildings doesn't help anybody. But the disconnect in reality when it comes from these two different parties, it's fucking hilarious because a lot of these people were doing good reporting at the time over in Ukraine, because this is just a perfect one-to-one parallel where they're saying, oh my God, actually Hamas is using those, centuries old buildings. Okay, they're setting up their headquarters. Okay, they're setting them up in old mosques, old churches that are down there. Okay, this is their modus operandi. See, we've got a source from CNN from 2017, just the way that they'd normally shit on, CNN, WAPO, the New York Times, all of those sources. They're just more than willing to use them right now because it fits their narrative. Just the cognitive dissonance is fucking amazing right now. But no, okay, so they use that to justify, bombing of the hospitals and religious buildings. Okay, wonderful, fantastic. But then at the same time, when over in Ukraine, when Russia was taking down those same hospitals, good people were pointing out, no, actually, all of those places had been emptied, and those are active buildings. Okay, those are active military ops. The same buildings that were being reported by the same places that they're citing right now. CNN, WAPO, New York Times, saying that those were fully active hospitals, providing care for pregnant women and children and incubators. Again, another thing that they'll just go ahead and dismiss because wrong type of brown people, but we will eventually get to that. So yeah, just Juden Peterstein echoing this. Yeah, Gaza also shares a border with Egypt to keep Gazans out. Egypt built massive parallel walls and super strength steel underground wall. They built a big fucking wall. I don't know why I need to go into such detail, but yeah, they built a big wall. Here's the dimensions of it. Oh, it's to keep those goddamn Palestinians out. There's only one checkpoint to get in and out of the country, and it's heavily guarded. Yeah, it's right there at Rafah. Keep that name in mind right now, because you're going to figure out really quickly as to why nobody's allowed to cross right now. Because it got bombed. It got bombed on the 10th, by the way. Yeah, apocalypse at the Rafah crossing, Israeli occupation. Forces bombing the crossing. Most of the travelers were dual European Palestinian families fleeing to get out of Gaza. There were casualties. That is a video of a bomb going off, and here's collaboration on that. See, shit that's just easily proven to be false. The fucking crossing, okay, the actual crossing, which, oh, Egypt's not allowing anybody in. That's absolutely, and once again, verifiably false. The crossing's fucking blocked. They haven't, okay, Egypt hasn't put out a mandate to just not allow anybody coming over from Gaza to not be there. It's just, it's been attacked. It's in ruins right now. It's almost like they planned to keep everybody in there so that they could suffer these horrific acts. Okay, and then some reporting from the people that are on the ground inside Gaza. Does Israel think that by bombing us, we will flee to Egypt? We will never accept that. My children, my sisters have died. Despite that, I will return to the ruins of my home and stay there. If the ruins of my family are bombed again, I will only flee to our lands. Yeah, exactly. These are these people's homes. They have nothing to do with Hamas and what they're doing. You are taking out their aggression, okay? You are trying to whittle down the government by directly doing the same thing that you allege that the offending government did to your people. It's fucking borked logic, and to see so many people cheer this shit on unquestioningly, and if you do, they'll just decide to spurg out like this. Ah, the idiot anonymous troll demons. Hi, I'm one of those idiot anonymous troll demons. I don't think that I've responded to anything. I've just seen this, and it's like, oh my god, you... Wow. Anyways, presume they are insulting me with the sobriquet Juden Peterstein. Yeah, this shit's fucking funny, okay? If you could take a joke, Christ almighty, somebody would just draw you with a yarmulke and, you know, the fucking curly hues and the old scarf and all that shit. That would be funny, okay? Take a fucking joke, okay? Don't take yourself too goddamn seriously. But no. Emotions are so high. Everybody that's inside your inner circle right now is yay, rah, the destruction of Palestine. So I understand why you're probably a little bit on edge. The fact these cowardly, basement-dwelling, narcissistic toddlers presume that's an insult says more about them than I fucking ever could. Like, you can just hear him delivering that through gritted fucking teeth. It's like, bro, chill out. It's a fucking joke. It's the internet. You don't like it? Get off of it for a second. Christ almighty, you got other idiots that'll just go out there and fight your battles for you. And plus, you just also end up not catching strays from somebody that you and your daughter, who has a very intimate knowledge of the Tate brothers. Just saying. Something else is very easily checkable on the internet, but I digress. You wouldn't end up catching this right now, and I'll just go ahead and let Andrew Tate destroy Juden Peterstein better than anybody else could.
When he says, give them hell, Netanyahu, give them hell, you are trying to advocate genocide of millions of people. Innocent people who are just trying to go about and live their lives because somebody else has made a move on the board.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, that was, Peterson's on the first day. Yeah, give him hell, Netanyahu. I thought this was the guy who was like, I dream of nuclear war just like I did back in the 80s. I'm so scared of this. But then at the same time, burn the fucking place to the ground. It's like trying to hold the same opinion at the same time. Wow, that's a lot of mental gymnastics, something that you would have condemned back in the cut, but now everything's changed because, well, obviously, right?
I find it extremely hypocritical that people like Peterson will call for the genocide or for war, when truthfully, he would hate to be anywhere near war. Juden Peterson's not a soldier, and he's not capable of being a soldier. For him to sit and try and advocate destruction when he himself can't handle Twitter haters and needs absolute peace of mind, let alone peace of physicality, to sleep at night without, I find that quite disingenuous. What I do know is that children will starve. That is my view on the war. I'm going to do my best to stop as many children from going hungry as possible.
Yeah, and I've actually seen some of the charity work that the Tate organization, Tate Pledge, has done by providing food for, all of the displaced children and families over in Gaza. Like, it's actually really good stuff. It's almost like that there's the people that put their money where their mouth is, they end up getting demonized by a bunch of keyboard warriors that are out there. But instead of becoming a wilting violet like some people, They just do the fucking work, and that's why they get demonized for it. But I find all of that funny, because like in full context right there, it's almost like the Tate brothers kind of presaged every meltdown that Peterson was going to have, because as you can see, that was posted October 9th. Peterson's final meltdown was 2 days later, so yeah, Peterstein fell off. I don't know what else to say on that one. But I'm sure him and the rest of the boys will probably have something to say about this piece of propaganda that I've seen circulating lately. It's like, the fuck is going on here, okay? How well produced this one is, and I actually don't know if this is like copywritten or something like that, if one of the big studios, one of the terrorist organizations that definitely shot this very legitimate fucking psyop. Like, oh my god, this one right here, it's like, as somebody who's worked with pipelines before, water pipelines as well, I know a ting or two about a ting or two. And well, if they're saying, okay, because this is all presaged by, make sure I get the reference right on this one. Okay, yeah, this one's right. Okay, so if Gaza's hospitals and their facilities do not work, they could turn into cemeteries. We called on Israel to respect international law, but what we witnessed is the opposite. We need to get medical relief, food, and fuel into Gaza urgently. Yeah, they've turned off power. They've turned off what? This is Israel, by the way. Turned off water, turned off power, turned off fuel, turned off all of the resources inside of Gaza. They're trying to starve, freeze, and dehydrate the people of Gaza. Tell me who's on the side of genocide right now. Let me know on that one. Would that be the people? Like former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett clashes with a Sky News anchor. Okay, so a former PM of Israel. Okay, he's chiming in saying, are we seriously asking about Palestinian civilians? Oh, okay, what's wrong with you? Wait a minute. We're fighting Nazis. We're not targeting them. I'm going to feed electricity or water to our enemies. I don't want to jump to the ultimate extrapolation of that thought process, but he has zero concern for the innocent people. Like, just directly addressing them by saying, why are you asking about Palestinian civilians? We're not going to give our enemies any resources. They're civilian. They're innocents in this conflict. Normally, you would call those war crimes, but I think by saying that, it's probably anti-Semitic. Okay, and then Naftali Bennett would continue to go on and say, what about the when asked about what about the babies in incubators in Gaza? Oh, wow, interesting. I thought that was also how another war in the Middle East that was also backed on and cheered by a certain state of unknown origin or something like that. I'm sure Bennett probably knows a little bit better than I do, but no. Wasn't there children being ripped from incubators? I think like some guy whose name rhymes with Bladam Bubain is probably something like that, and it happened in Kuwait. It doesn't quite jog my memory. And did that turn out to be a lie as well? Wow, again, just another through line that we can continue throughout the rest of this video. But yeah, what about the babies in incubators in Gaza whose life support has been turned off because of Israelis that have cut the power off? His answer, are you seriously asking about Palestinian civilians? What's wrong with you? Yeah, they're the good people. They're the good ones in this situation, just being attacked by those evil terrorists. So yeah, Israel cut off the water and many other things over to Palestine, which Jake Shields also brings up. If Palestine was its own country, why does Israel have complete control over their water, electricity, and food? Very interesting. Oh, they have the right to exist. We just control everything that they do, and at a moment's notice, we can just go ahead and level the place under the guise of they're attacking us or something. But okay, if they're reliant on Israel in order to get their water, how would it behoove them to dig up water lines? Apparently, this is another claim, which I haven't seen checked out at all. It just doesn't seem to make sense. Like I said before, as somebody who has dealt with these type of pipelines before, if you're digging them up right up out the ground, because where are they shooting this? Okay, yeah, right there you guys, there you have guys with hose digging up the ground themselves. Okay, it's like, okay, legit so far. And then you have, just the inside of these PVC pipes. Very interesting. Not a drop of residual water inside at all. Nope, not a bit. So, okay, those were obviously very active water lines. And if you've got main water lines coming in, okay, like normally you'd have a good sized supply line. Like that would be at least twice as big as that. That looks like what, like a 4-inch pipe? Yeah, probably a 4-inch pipe. That would be enough for like a neighborhood, but then again, I'm also thinking about Western architecture. But still, if you're going to have a water main, it would be about twice the size, if not larger. Okay, you might have an 8 to a 12-inch water line, and that would normally come from your water wastewater plant and then feed through, and then you'd have those feeder lines off to the side to the different neighborhoods. And if you ever see that, they're called CCs. Okay, there's a little 3-inch cap that's on the top. It's normally of cast iron steel, and then it's got the little crank on the top, and then you can go down and you can access your little 1-inch water line that goes directly into your house. And those would be the pipes that would normally be running underneath the road in order to feed through the rest of the neighborhood. Like I said, I know a thing or two about a thing or two, and I can also spot propaganda when I see it, because wow, just how well that this thing is. We don't need to have, because again, I don't know if the terrorists have copyrighted the music, because it kind of slaps, but just all of these sweeping drone and crane shots, and just how well, okay, because we've seen, okay, because what was that, right during the fall of Afghanistan, we seen a bunch of those camel jockeys fucking hop on exercise equipment and not know what the fuck to do, but these guys have proper hand waving, yeah, okay, yeah, just keep on going up, yep, keep going up, okay, good, yep, no, they know exactly what to do when it comes to lifting pipe out the ground. This could be 1000% true, because as you can see, they've got a much larger pipe that's there now. Very interesting. And then yeah, it goes from being PVC to all of a sudden now it's cast iron. I find that to be very, very strange, because normally, like in old places, you would have those cast iron feeds that would go into the neighborhood, and you might, depending on where it is, but more likely than not, it would be more cast iron going off to the different places. And then yeah, you'd have your small 1-inch pipe. All of it would be, but PVC has changed the game quite a bit. And yeah, you start out with your pipes, obviously, okay, as you can see right there. What was the better shot? Yeah, the better shot that's right there. Yeah, very much, because it's got the coating that's on the outside, which is, it's probably fine, and it doesn't have to be dug down that deep, because I don't think that that area in the world, and even how deep they are, it probably is a trench. Okay, I don't doubt the fact that they actually had that trench there for a water line or something like that, to bury some kind of line that's down there. I'm just doubting the validity of this well-shot piece of propaganda, because yeah, all of a sudden now you go to, yeah, big old 6-inch pipes. All of a sudden, oh yeah, we're taking our tiny water pipelines and we're just turning them into evil rockets that we can go ahead and use. Those, yeah, those are like 6 or 8-inch pipes, like right there, okay? And they're feeding them right back in. See, guys, they're just going right back in. And everybody who's working on all of this stuff, it's very strange, because they're all in this clean, crisp camo, and yeah, it's shot more like a recruitment video than anything that could be used as informative. But that's what's passing. That's what's passing for proof that, oh, look at those goddamn dirty terrorists that are down there. They'll just go ahead and they'll afflict more damage on the population than anybody else could, when in actuality, okay, just as somebody who simply does a little bit of content creation, you just take a look at that and go, kind of seems a little bit cap. But hey man, if Hamas is using water pipes in order to do makeshift bombs and makeshift missiles, okay, Israel has every right to use white phosphorus, okay, on Gaza and Lebanon, as confirmed by Human Rights Watch, which again you can also see in I Can't Show for very obvious reasons, because it's graphic as shit, because people are missing in layers of skin. White phosphorus in and of itself isn't deadly. It can be. It just makes the air and all of the surrounding places that it's hit with exceedingly flammable. And yeah, I've seen fathers and sons lying in hospital beds next to each other saying, be strong to one another. So yeah, I don't think I can show that, but it's very easy to find, especially over on X. And yeah, if I point this out, it's anti-Semitic or something like that. Okay, okay, now we can go back. Now we can go back to the initial claim that probably ended up triggering some people, because I kind of think, and I know I alluded to this yesterday when we talked about Trump praising Hezbollah, how fucking stupid that shit was. But no, okay, I think there were some Daily Wire people. I think there were some Ben Simp Piros, okay, or Benocide Shapiro fans. that saw his big laughing mug on the thumbnail, which is there right now, because guess what? I don't fuck around. I just want to get to the truth on this one. If I can inflame some people, fucking go for it, man, because there ain't a goddamn bit of anything that you can flag on this one. I'm sure the fuck you guys are going to try, because as I could see, okay, I could show you the analytics on it, but the backstage thing, I don't know what's good to go on YouTube anymore. But I got, okay, the first thing that I seen, okay, because the video was doing reasonably well when it first released, okay, immediately I got, you know, a good group, because there are some good people that show up. I don't know if you guys have like notifications on or something like that, but the moment that they see a video, there's a few people that come in and immediately like the video. I do appreciate that very, very much. And then not long after that, got 7 dislikes on the video. And I was like, okay, cool. There's going to be people that are going to be pissed off because I'm out here. Oh, you're discrediting. Oh, you're downplaying the atrocities that are down there. I'm sure there was probably that fucking blithering chorus. And frankly, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I just want to get to the truth on that. And if I see a whole bunch of bullshit, I'm going to call it out. I don't care what side it's on. But yes, people that are up in their emotions, like Peterson, like Ben Shapiro, that we're going to get to very, very shortly, seen the video, seen the laughing man on the front, seen a live Israeli girl, which I don't know, they really wanted somebody dead. It's like, oh my God, don't you guys hate Hamas instead of just wanting to adopt their policy? Fucking weird. Okay. And then that stupid bitch who was like, I haven't heard a goddamn thing about her. Wouldn't you think you'd want to put her on the front line? I forget her name. Okay. She was the 25-year-old IDF soldier who led an insurgency to just push back the evil Hamas. It's like, oh my God, tell me you're the ghost of Kiev. Fucking Tel Aviv version. Oh my God, I'm sure you probably already have a screenplay in the works. You can get the guys who did that water pipeline propaganda video. They seem to do pretty good work. It's at least compelling on a few fucking brainlets that are out there. But no, and it also led off in big fucking bold letters, 40 dead babies. Okay, that was the big claim on the day when it first came out. And of course, in the subsequent days, more information on this has come out. I didn't bring it up, but Joe Biden, even in one of his shambling press conferences, muttered something about, I've seen some pictures, and then everybody walked it back immediately. Well, actually, I hadn't seen any pictures, but the headline was still out there that Joe Biden seen these horrific pictures. Okay, and here are some of the pictures Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu showed the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. No, Joe Biden said that he's seen them. Oh, okay, no, and then the White House came out and said, actually, no, he hadn't seen anything. He was already in bed by the time that the pictures came over, but Antony Blinken had seen them. Okay, so this was justification, okay, in order to push this narrative, which the 40 dead babies, it's good. As the title of this video suggests, 40 is going to become the new 6 million. It's already been enshrined in Wikipedia that, 40 dead babies have been down there, and Hamas beheaded them. It's like very, very shortly. And the way that everything else is progressing, in the next couple of days, I'm going to have a video about how all of this nonsense right here is opening the door up big time to a bunch of censorship that I don't like at all whatsoever, man. It's like everybody's just giving up their principles. So many of the conservative talking heads, okay, I need to be specific on that one, are just giving up their free speech, anti-censorship positions because our greatest ally is under attack. You guys are so goddamn short-sighted. But anyways, these horrifying photos of babies murdered and burned by the Hamas monsters. Hamas is inhuman. Hamas is ISIS. So, okay, Hamas is inhuman. Hamas is ISIS. And then you go listen to the former prime minister, Naftali Bennett, saying that why are you even concerned with Palestinian civilians? They are our enemies. Needed to double check the quote on that one. So yeah, if you label your opposition, you label your enemies as inhuman, as ISIS, as, well, you've seen it out there time and time again that they're also Nazis. There's nothing off the table that you can do against them because, hey, you've got the morally superior ground of fighting Nazis. And at least this time around, they did us all the service of putting up censored content. And yeah, there's some pretty grisly shit that's in there, 1,000%. But it's supposed to look like that because they got 3 pictures. There's one picture that you can make out that, again, I'll put a link to, you can watch, you can look at it if you want. I don't recommend it, even though some of it is kind of blurred out. I think probably for the best because I don't doubt that there's casualties. Fuck's sakes. I'm not going to be out here saying everything is a psyop, okay? I'm not going to be one of these idiots that think that my deep state runs everything. No. If there's actual facts that are on the ground, that's the fucking way that it is, okay? Like I said, okay, there's some Telegram videos that I've seen of some atrocities that went on in innocent people's farms in the outlying areas, okay? Hamas terrorists clearly went into the farming communities and committed some atrocities, like 1,000 fucking %, man. But also, I can take a look at a leveled stretch of ground where innocent Palestinians were, and then also call out that bullshit at the same time. And then I can also take a look at some of those pictures, one that's horrific, two of them that you can barely make out, and one of which ended up getting shared by literally everybody, even in the face of everybody walking back the story. NBC, WAPO, Axios reported the White House have walked back Biden's claims that he saw raw photos of Hamas beheading children. Biden didn't see the confirmation, but he saw the uncorroborated reports that you did from the Israeli state-funded media outlet. Yeah, that's I-24 TV. That is a part of the video that ended up getting taken down, still over on Rumble, and yeah, that information is very easily accessible. Basically, they're citing an IDF soldier who's like, oh, I totally seen it, 1,000%, and then corroborated by the reporter saying, oh, I know what I saw. I know what I saw, and if you question me, it's anti-Semitism. So everybody ran with that, and then, of course, the couple of the pictures that ended up, coming out from Prime Minister of Israel. Oh, okay, so Netanyahu's citing Netanyahu because Netanyahu said, oh, okay, cool. Where did the pictures come from? Are they fresh? Don't know, don't care. Good enough for print. But one of the pictures in the entire cabal, and I could probably show you, mostly because you can get from the caption that's right here, and you have Ben Shapiro who's reporting on it. I'm just going to read the caption that's above the picture that I can't quite get off the screen. I'm just trying to do, lip service to this, okay, because here's what Ben pushed out first thing in the morning. And the pictures, the picture's kind of gross, but the first thing that you can see, well, you can notice a couple of hallmarks that are going to get pointed out here very, very shortly. That also leads to, the photo is AI generated, uploaded in the image to a GAN detector site, AI or not, proves a verdict. You can also look look at all the telltale signs, such as the distorted fingers. Yeah, on this rubber latex glove that's on the side of the gurney, it looks super warped, and yeah, there's a couple of other things that also don't line up, because from what I can tell, I can probably describe it, it looks like the charred remains of a baby hanging onto a puppy. That's what I see. I don't know if it's like a Rorschach test or not, but yeah, it's pretty grim. Big if true. But obviously, the picture does not show a clear representation of the claim. Yeah, it's AI generated, okay? Like yesterday's video with Trump in full Arab getup, that was AI generated. I thought it was pretty funny, and I wanted to put it up there. Yeah, I wouldn't claim that that was a picture of Trump, okay? Or use it as justification for this fucking modeling, emotions-heavy post that Ben has at the top of this. Feel free to check it out if you want. If you want pictorial proof of dead Jewish babies, here it is. It's the pathetic Jew haters. Israel is minimize civilian casualties. Cap. But Israel will not allow this piece of human shit who did this live. Well, the AI? Okay. Every ounce of blood spilled in Gaza is on Hamas. It's interesting, man. Don't you think that you should probably double check your propaganda? I was thinking, man, because I went to go check this back. It's like, Community Notes wouldn't have the nuts and to tag this one. And hey, you know what? Shout out to them. They actually did it. Okay. They actually did fucking do it. And yeah, this will have to do, because it's a small picture and I don't think it would get flagged, but better safe than sorry. I just want the truth to be out there. Okay, so Tim Pool and Jackson Hinkle both ended up running it through in order to verify that, which probably led to the community note being put on there. I double checked this with AI or not and got the same result. I tested either pictures and graphics, and it correctly identified human images and AI images. Welcome to hell. The future will be total uncertainty. And yeah, as Jackson Hinkle put, the image that Ben Shapiro tried to pass off as a burnt baby corpse was an AI-generated fake image. And then as Suleiman Ahmed, who has been on top of all of this stuff, doing a great job cataloging all of the atrocities going on, and somebody who we used a lot during, the heavy Tate coverage. He's breaking this down as well. The story about the 40 beheaded babies has been thoroughly debunked. Yep, multiple times over, but yeah, they're just using those pictures and alike as a justification for that. It's like, yeah, there's a dead kid. Which is sad, of course, but then at the same time, if I have to see another, baby being pulled out of the rubble, don't know if that's AI or not, but I don't know if there's good AI work that's been proven on tears of fathers that are crying over the remains of their kids is, all up to snuff, and considering they can't even get fucking hands right in a still image. I can tell you, it's happening on both sides. I'll go ahead and, agree with you on that. And then there's also pictures. Like I said, there's so much shit that's going on right now. There's pictures of bedrooms as well, just, covered in blood, so much blood. But they're also supposed to be, like nurseries and kids' rooms where it's like, how do you get that much blood from a kid? It's like, none of it seems to really add up. It's like, yeah, there's shit that's actually going on. You can report on that. Yeah, there's people going door to door. That's fine. Show that shit. I would prefer not to see it, but just show that if you want to have justification for, provoking World War III. Just go with the provable stuff. You don't have to trump up your claim. But I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm starting to notice some stuff from historical references up till today. It seems to be a pattern. The Israelis are now engaged in damage control. They stated that they couldn't release footage of the beheaded baby due to respect, yet they released these, which shows the alleged beheaded baby proof does not exist. Yeah, one of the images that's on there, yeah, like I said, it's graphic, but everything still seems intact, if you get what I'm saying. These recent images do not demonstrate that babies were targeted and beheaded. Yeah, it doesn't. Sorry to burst your bubble. There's kids that are alive. Sorry, propagandists. The authenticity of these images hasn't been verified. One of it has, and it came back false. We remain unaware of who they were, how they perished, or who was responsible. It's possible they were casualties of rocket fire, similar to the way that nearly 300 Palestinian children have lost their lives since Saturday. Well, actually, it's worse than that. It is worse than that, because this came out earlier this morning. Yeah, 8:35 local for me. Okay, so officials in Gaza have provided a breakdown of those killed in the Israeli airstrikes, reporting 1,417 deaths, including 447 children. Where's the sympathy for that? Oh, nowhere? Okay. More than 1,300 Israelis have been confirmed dead since Hamas's attack. Okay, cool. So you want to use that as justification. Okay, IDF, okay, Netanyahu, Israeli government. You want to use the justification of the 1,300 dead Israelis to go into Gaza, hunt down the terrorists. 447 children. You have taken out more people than have been taken out on your side. I understand disproportional force for horrendous acts. I'm totally for the defensive strategy of equal and unopposite reactions. You want to go ahead and do something, we are going to come back on you tenfold, okay? I'm totally for that. But can we save the innocents? No. Instead, you're just going to openly mock them, okay? Like this dude right here. Okay, sounds off on this. Okay, Israeli man releases a video teasing those in Gaza. I can go ahead and turn that off. That's pretty disgusting. So yeah, mocking human rights abuses and war crimes will only cause more terrorism. Yep, seen a bunch of kids without family members, crying as well. Just remembering that, yeah, we kind of seen all this stuff before. Seen it all back in 2003, 2004, where we were just turning that place into a fucking parking lot. Go ahead and gas the damn sand. So yeah, what's going to go on now? Now that you're mocking, now in the age of, for the internet is forever, showing you, just mocking. Okay, to eradicate terrorism, one must understand the actions pushes a man to commit such atrocities. I'm afraid videos like this mocking human rights abuses and war crimes will only cause more terrorism. This guy just provided the next Hamas extremist training video material. Yep, exactly. Just mocking kids without family members, mocking innocent people, losing lives, losing loved ones. All in the name of what? Does he look like he's all that terrified? Nope. Does this guy look like he lost everything? Certainly does. A Palestinian man interviewed after his home in Gaza was destroyed due to an IDF airstrike. This video is, fuck it, we got time, cuz, but, it's obviously all in Arabic. Sorry, don't know, different language. I know American. No, I know English, but don't know the rest of it. But I'm pretty sure that it's captioned and shit like that. Yeah, okay, so my friend, thank God you are safe. Bless your heart. Praise be to Allah. And, okay, may your money return to you. That is our destiny. Praise be to Allah. You and your family are safe. Oh, missed that one. Okay, the fortunate, praise be to Allah. Now, money and prosperities will return, God willing. What's happened? There you can see, yeah, kind of speaks for the volume of destruction we now have. Basically, you can kind of see in the background, obviously, praise be to Allah. And that is our destiny. Okay. Oh, there's a cat. Okay, she survived. Oh, man. See, like, this. Fuck, man. Like, so how many were there? One only. Oh, man. Fucking Christ, man. Like, this is Yeah, praise be to Allah. Of course, man. Like, these guys right here, they're dealing with some serious fucking shit. Absolutely 100%. The rest of it that we're seeing, we know it's bad. We know it's bad on the other side of the wall. 1,000%. Just show that. Just show that as justification, okay? You don't have to create other atrocities. Go after the people that committed the crimes. It's not that fucking difficult. But no, you're going to go with the shock and awe human rights abuses because, I don't know, you got the support of a bunch of talking heads online and the unwavering support of the Anglosphere. Man, I just want the truth. I just want the truth to be out there instead of just more corpses piling up. Getting tired of doing this shit, but somebody's got to, man. And yeah, I can go ahead and just try to compartmentalize this, and then maybe when I'm, you know, hopefully hit my 80s or something like that, all of this horrific shit will just come washing over me, but I'll be long off the internet by then. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.